Hey there, welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. So last year I lost thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars because I couldn't prove who caused an accident. So, very long story short, daughter was involved in a car accident where some motorcycles were around. One of them cut her off, caused her to lose control, and eventually spin out and roll the vehicle. And so, because we didn't have any witnesses, we couldn't even know which of the other motorcycles involved was the one that actually even cut her off. There was just no way at the end of the day to prove anything. And so here we are, we're out thousands of dollars. Now, one simple, less than $100 tool would have saved us thousands of dollars, and that would have been a simple dash cam. We didn't have a dash cam in this car, and as a result, as simple as a picture or a simple movie would have been, as even a crummy one, it would have shown the dynamics of what was happening between the vehicles, and then we could have known for a fact who was responsible and move forward based on that information. So I hope from my story you're realizing just kind of how at risk you are for not spending $75 on a simple dash cam to cover yourself in case an accident happens. So there's lots of webcams out there. I've gone to Amazon and scrolled. There's lots of them available. In fact, Linus from Linus Tech Tips I just watched a good video of his where he bought $1,000 worth of cameras, and in the end he said they were all crap. It didn't matter how much you spent.
This one's kind of crap. This one too. Well, surely my expensive one will. No, come on! It's unusable!
They weren't giving you license plate number, legibility. And quite honestly, I don't know that's really what I'm even looking for. I mean, yes, if someone was to hit me and drive away, a license number would be really helpful. So I'm not going to say that there's no value in that. But at the end of the day, the general dynamics of what was happening is what I'm really after myself. In the accident we had a year ago, I mean, the crummiest of all cameras would have shown this motorcycle dodge in front of my daughter super, super close, triggering her to get out of the way, and that's what caused the rest of the accident. A company called GKU, they reached out to say, hey, would you be interested in reviewing a dash cam? And I'm like, sure. I mean, they're just going to provide it, and I'm going to review it and get an idea if this works, and it's something that I need personally anyway. And so, yes, there are tons and tons of dash cams out there. This is an example of one and the basic idea of how they work. 2 days later via Amazon, this showed up. Let's take a look. This is the GKU D200. Okay, inside the box, there's a cigarette lighter based mini USB power cord and the camera. This thing's pretty small. For some reason I kind of was thinking it was going to be bigger. It's plastic. They use a 3M adhesive. Ooh, that's super sticky too. Looks like it has a spot for a micro SD card and that mini USB connector for power. And presumably you just mount to your dash, and it's kind of that simple. Okay, so that's basically all there is in the box. I am providing my own micro SD card here. It says it'll take a 32 up to 128 gig card. So that's a good long recording time. I have not looked to see how long a 32 gig will last. Okay, so to use this, because there's no screen on it, obviously, you need to use your smartphone. So you just download an app. There's a QR code in the manual for that. So I'm going to grab that right now. Okay, so basically what happens is the camera has its own access point built in. So you just connect your phone to the access point and open up the app here, and you add a camera. And once the camera is added, then you can basically adjust all these features. You can set the resolution and quality and even the sensitivity of the G sensor. So if it does detect a collision, it'll lock the file that it was currently recording. And it records 1 minute long video clips at a time. And so you can download those individually if you do have a problem. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Okay, installation should be really, really straightforward on this. You have the little camera. This angle is adjustable. So before you pull the tape off, just kind of imagine a spot for it that's out of the way. You don't want it, where there's texture or heavy tint, preferably. If you can get it below the tint, if you have a tint layer, that's kind of preferred, honestly. Now there's two ways to power this. One is, of course, the cord that it came with. They do offer, for free, they offer a hardware kit that plugs right into your fuse box, and that gives you basically a permanent wired powered solution. So it basically looks just like this. It has a box in the middle for the power converter, and instead of this end, it has wires for ground and one which is like a little fuse that goes on your fuses. So that's an option you just have to ask them for, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna try to just use this for now and run the wires. Okay, for the sake of distractions from like visually being the driver, even though this is the clearest part of glass, this is probably the best spot for me. I'm gonna put it over here, even though it's gonna be dirtier. So I'm gonna switch sides and sit here and mount it right there and then run the wires down. Okay, now that that's stuck on there, man, it just like, it grabbed. So no problem with the adhesion. Now I'm just gonna route this wire down behind all the trim and kind of tuck it in here and get it up to this spot right here in the middle where the cigarette lighter plug is. Okay, so that installation was pretty simple. Got it all in, and I just drove it around the neighborhood a little bit, out on the roads, idea what kind of image quality it's going to have. So overall, like, I'm not seeing this as like some kind of 4K image, but it definitely looks sharp enough to really understand what's happening around me. The night vision on it looks really quite good, honestly. I'm happy with that. I think this is going to do exactly what I wanted, which is to basically show me what's going on around, what different cars are doing. Did people stop or not stop? Did they signal, not signal? Did they, merge in on my lane, or did they just get right in front of me, or did they slam on their brakes? Just the kind of weird like behavior that otherwise puts you at fault because the other person did something that they can just deny they ever did. So like in the accident last year, this motorcycle pulled right in front of my daughter, and that caused her to jump out of the way. Well, he says he didn't, and she said he did. And so now with something like this, we'll have video evidence to prove it, and that would have gone a long way to saving us thousands of dollars. So I hope in doing this, I've convinced you of the need and the kind of the simplicity of the installation. I mean, honestly, I just spent over $200 buying smoke detectors for my house for the off chance that I will have some kind of fire that I wasn't aware of. And we would call that wise and the smart thing to do. Everybody does that. Why don't we have dash cams? Why does it seem a really foreign, techie concept to slap up a dash cam and record what's going on around us when what's going on around us could really affect us financially? I'm convinced I'm gonna get a couple more of these, one for each of my cars. Now there are a variety of different dash cams that you can get that have a bunch of different features. Personally, I really didn't want speed to be recorded because I don't want that to be evidence against me at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you were in an accident, but you were speeding, so it's your fault anyway. Like, yeah. So the one I have here does not have GPS, and it does not have speed indication. It just shows you a picture, and you can interpret what people were doing based on the picture. So if you go into my link down below to Amazon, you'll see this one, and from there you'll see a whole variety. So let me know down below, hit me up in the comments. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think this is a total no-brainer and it should be as obvious as a smoke detector nowadays? Let me know your thoughts. If this video is helpful and give you some new vision, whatever, I'd really appreciate you honoring my time by just giving me a simple little thumbs up on the button down there. That little boop gives a lot of credit to this video. So smash on my face to subscribe. I also made a video out of this video showing people how to make YouTube videos. So if you're interested in making your own content, click on these videos here. Otherwise, until next time, guys, be blessed.